And we are live for Chicago Blackhawks hockey, taking on the Minnesota Wild tonight for preseason game number 2. Hey Ryan, in tonight's lineup, we won't be seeing the same lineup as we saw the last game. So no Connor Bedard, no Lucas Reichel, no After-to-See-You. We're seeing more players in this lineup tonight. Arvid Soderblom in net for your Chicago Blackhawks tonight. Taylor Radish back in the lineup. Mackenzie and Whistle as well. We'll also be seeing a little bit of the same D-core coming out with Korchinski, Allen, and Korchinski, Phillips, and Allen will be in the lineup. No Vlasic tonight. This should be an interesting matchup as, the Wild are not playing their main roster either. The Hawks aren't playing their main roster, so we'll see how that goes. The last time these two teams met was just a couple weeks ago during the Prospect Showcase in Minnesota, and the Hawks didn't do so well. But tonight we have Arvid Soderblom in net, and he's expected to play throughout the entirety of tonight's action, so that should be an awesome time to see. Thought Korchinski and Allen were impressive versus the Blues. Yeah, I would say they were both good. Allen had a better performance, in my opinion. Korchinski just got off to a slow start. It should be a fun game. Don't expect my normal play-by-play style because I'm still getting used to the new rosters. And the fact it is a preseason game, just want to have fun. Relaxed hockey. It's not as I'm not as enthusiastic when it comes to, is there a live game feed? I cannot show the game on the stream. No roids, no just rage. Just because of the just because of copyright purposes. That stuff is owned by the NHL, so I cannot show the game or have the audio of the game. I will do my best doing my own play-by-play of the game. So there will be that for it, the stream, and that's how I have to do things for the these type of live streams. Do you think Bedard will play tomorrow? There's a possibility. I don't know if he will or won't. I can see them going back to the similar lineup as of what they had on Thursday. So there's a possibility, but I'm not 100% sure if we do see Bedard in the lineup. I don't know if we'll see. I think we're going to see more players that are in different lineup positioning to try and crack the rosters. Sucks for us Canadians. I need to go to a free stream site. Yeah, I understand. If you were in the States, it would have been on ESPN Plus, but it sounds like it's only going to be the Minnesota broadcast they're showing, so that sucks. But yeah, I hope Korchinski does shine tonight. It will be awesome to see if he can maybe pot a goal tonight. That would be nice. Which New Jersey looks better? Winnipeg, Calgary, or Edmonton? I like the Oiler jersey the most out of the 3 that got released. Then it's Winnipeg, and then it's Calgary. That's how I would go. I like the shade of blue Winnipeg used, and it looks like a true throwback to the RCAF Flyers, I believe that was the name of the team, uniform that they created off of. But I really do like that Oiler Heritage Classic. Game should get started here in the next next 10 minutes on ESPN Plus. So that should be getting soon. Hopefully, it will pop up where I'm able to click the stream because right now it's not showing as if I can. Usually it updates with about 5 minutes till stream game time. Just to say, I want to say thank you to all those who are in the stream today. It's awesome to see you guys hopping in. The Leaf fan. Will I live stream Bedard's regular season debut? I do not know if I will be streaming the season opener just because I really want to watch that and enjoy the game. So I probably will not be streaming the season opener. If you understand where I'm coming from on that. I planned on watching that game with my dad. Hey, Rick. See if they've updated. Nope. Hey, Skylar, how are you? Thanks. I know I don't wear these ones often. Thank you. I just wanted to wear the Winter Classic practice jersey for a today. Do you know if warm-up jerseys are coming back this season? They are not, Ryan. The NHL put a ban to special warm-up jerseys, which sucks to see. So they will not be coming back. I can see maybe if they get exceptions for number retirement games, we could see potentially all the players coming out wearing Chelios jerseys. I don't know if we'll ever see them come back, which sucks. I personally really like specialty warm-up jerseys. I do agree they need to change that decision on the warm-up jerseys. Again, today there won't be Connor Bedard action. We'll see if Bedard's in the lineup tomorrow, and then that decides if I will go ahead and play, do a live stream. Wearing the A's for your Chicago Blackhawks tonight. Number 11, Taylor Radish. Number 90, Tyler Johnson. And number 22, Nikita Zaitsev. Wearing the A's for the Chicago Blackhawks in tonight's action. Shocking Zaitsev is wearing an A because he really doesn't have much. Is Tenorti not playing then? I thought Tenorti was in the lineup. I would have thought maybe Tenorti would get the A, but if he's not in the lineup, that would make sense. Okay, let me read off the lineup for your Chicago Blackhawks once I pull it up. I had it on my phone. I'm pulling it back up. Okay. Here is your roster for tonight's action of the Chicago Blackhawks taking on the Minnesota Wild. At forwards, number 15, Joey Anderson. At number 24, Andres Bjork. At number 28, which still should be a retired number, Colton Dock. At number 58, Mackenzie Entwistle. Number 70, Cole Gutman. And at number 52, Reese Johnson. At number 90, Tyler Johnson. Number 14, Boris Kachuk. At number 91, Paul Ludwinski, who had a good performance against these Wild just a couple weeks ago. At number 11, Taylor Radish. Number 67, Sammy Savoy. And number 62, Brett Feeney. And on your defense, number 42, Nolan Allen. Number 46, Louis Crevier. Number 38, Ethan Dalmestro. Number 55, Kevin Korchinski. Number 41, Isaac Phillips. And number 22, Nikita Zaitsev. And for your goaltender, starting tonight, it's number 40, Arvid Soderblom. And backing him up will be number 80, Mitchell Weeks. Haven't done a roster name off like that in a while. Kind of have to get used to doing those again. Hope you enjoyed my little go over the roster for tonight's action, the lineup. It's more than just Bedard. So this game will be seeing players like Colton Dock, Sammy Savoy getting their action, Cole Gutman, which is good to see. We're going to see the players find their get more opportunities here because it's not the main roster out there. Tyler Johnson, Taylor Radish, those are two guys who have locks on their roster position to this season because they're going to be on the lineup. Nikita Zaitsev, I think, will be the 7th defenseman for the team. So I don't think he's going to be playing all too much with the Hawks. So for Zaitsev, he's going to try and fight for a roster spot. You're going to see a lot more fighting for roster spots in a game like this compared to the other night where you had more players in the lineup where they're going for a roster, where they know they have a lineup spot kind of secure unless you're Bedard thinking if he can make the roster or not. He made the roster. So it will be interesting to see what happens. Alrighty. We're getting to showtime here. I expect the Hawks to go out with a good lineup to start. Probably Taylor Radish on the starting lineup with maybe Tyler Johnson and I don't know the lineup, honestly. We'll figure it out how the game goes. On the Wild side of the ledger, I don't know who's in the starting net because they were showing their two goalies for tonight. I really like Dalmastro. So for starting in goal for the Wild, it is going to be Philip Gustafson. He's the first man on the ice. So that means he will be getting the start. But with Arvid Soderblom, I think this is a good goalie matchup. That's why I had those two on our thumbnail for today's action. Arvid is getting the full start, so we'll see how that goes. I do want to make sure to see how Colton Dach handles himself out there. Colton plays with an edge. Ethan Del Mastro as well. He plays with an edge. I really like those two players. Same with Sammy Savoy. That could be a good gritty type of setup for the Hawks. Like Del Mastro can lay some hits on the defense. Dach, he can score with hitting on his side, and then Savoy, he plays with a lot on the edge. So we'll see how it goes. We're going to have a very young defense core playing tonight. The player with the NHL experience on the defense, as I mentioned earlier, our defense is consisting of one veteran, and that is Nikita Zaitsev, and the rest are all prospects. So Allen, Crevier, DeMastro, Korchinski, and Phillips. Phillips has some NHL experience, but not a lot. So it's Zaitsev who is the vet on the blue line tonight. This should be a fun matchup. It's going to be more an kind of Rockford style matchup because both sides are playing more AHL roster players. The Hawks have players such as Paul Ludwinski, Ethan Del Mastro, Louis Crevier, Colton Dach. They're all going to be in Rockford this year. Arvid Soderblom pretty much has that backup spot, maybe starter spot for the Hawks kind of solidified for himself. So that's good to see there. Jackson Stahlberg could be one of those interesting ones that can come out of the preseason on fire and maybe make it difficult to send him back to Rockford. But I expect Stahlberg going back to Rockford. This is going to be an interesting tilt. I hope you guys are going to enjoy me trying to do my best on this type of preseason live stream. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes. A heads up, I will have a short tonight dropping after the game as my review, a short review to basically go over what I saw in the game. And otherwise, the season preview video should be out this Monday around 5 o'clock, probably. It is Mrazek and whoever the backup will be, leaning towards Jackson Stahlberg because he had a solid season. I don't think Stahlberg's going to get that backup spot, honestly. He had a good run in the NHL, but if you look at his AHL numbers, they're not the greatest. I think it's going to be Arvid and Peter as our 1-2 punch in net. And I think Soderblom's going to have that edge. I think Soderblom will be better than Mrazek by a bit this season. Yeah, I kind of have that same suspicion, and I think we could see Soderblom as the starting goalie and opening night against Pittsburgh. I would prefer Soderblom to play versus Pittsburgh than Soderblom to play against Boston, because it's a first of a back-to-back as well. It kind of, I think, is a smarter move to put Mrazek in against Boston, Soderblom in against Pittsburgh. But we'll see how Luke Richardson wants to put the roster together. I don't know if Minnesota is going to be doing a split tandem tonight, so maybe it's change up goalie halfway through the game, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I am excited for Comesso in the AHL this year with Rockford. I realistically can see Comesso getting some games in the NHL this season, maybe down the line, towards the end of the season. I could see Comesso getting into the lineup a couple of times for the Hawks, but we'll see about that. If he has a good run in Rockford, it's worth giving Comesso maybe a couple times in the NHL. I do have a new thing for live streams. I used to do this in videos, but I do have a new thing for live streams here, guys. If you can hear this, let me know. Not loud enough. Yep, I have the goal horn for the Hawks back. So Cole Gutman wins the faceoff back, and the Hawks send the puck up the ice. That was Kevin Korchinski sending the puck around the offensive zone. Cole Gutman getting checked. Gutman now goes for that puck. The Wild now have control of it, and they send the puck up through the neutral zone, taking it in. It's Zaitsev and Korchinski out there for the defense. Arvid Soderblom makes a quick toe save, and the Wild are moving the puck around, and a save by Soderblom. That goes up and wide. Now Cole Gutman on the puck, going through the neutral zone, waiting up for the Hawks to come into the offensive zone. I really hate this Minnesota broadcast design with the score graphic on the bottom of the screen. Doesn't look that good. Nolan Allen with the puck sends the puck into the neutral zone and gets checked, and the Hawks regain control in the defensive zone. Allen sends it to Phillips. Phillips sends it up the ice. 2-on-2 is McKenzie and Whistle with a shot and a goal! Hawks lead 1-0. McKenzie and Whistle goes board out. And the Hawks already lead. McKenzie and Whistle gets the Hawks on the board as he is fighting for that final roster spot for your Chicago Blackhawks. McKenzie and Whistle gets on the board, and the Hawks lead 1-0 over the Minnesota Wild at 18:54 remaining in the first period. Haven't had to do a quick goal that's a quick one. Get the score on the screen for you. All right, the Hawks now have the puck, and that is Paul Lewinsky winning the faceoff back to Louis Crevier, the big defenseman coming up. Now it's Ludwinski. Ludwinski sends the puck over to Savoy. Savoy loses control. Ludwinski going for that loose puck. Ludwinski with it. Ludwinski settling things down, going behind the goal crease. Now it's Colton Dock. Dock getting check on the boards, but Ludwinski now has the puck. Ludwinski sends it up the ice, and the Hawks with a shot, and that was saved by Gustafsson. Now the Wild with the puck, sending it down the ice. Hawks are back in the defensive zone is Ethan Del Mastro. Del Mastro sends it to Crevier. Crevier sends the puck over to Reese Johnson. Reese Johnson loses control. Now Minnesota has control. Minnesota in the center ice sends the puck around the ice, and Arvid Soderblom came out of the net to play the puck. I do like Soderblom's gear again. He's back with the black pads, black mask. Actually, it's more of a red mask this time around, a deep red. It's a cool looking setup that Soderblom has going for himself. Hawks are in the defensive zone. Minnesota getting checked here. It's Ethan Del Mastro getting a check off, and the Wild almost had an opportunity there. Minnesota with a shot from the point that went wide. Minnesota settling things down, trying to find an opportunity here. Hawks with a block, and Minnesota still in the offensive zone. With a save by Soderblom, Minnesota still controls. Minnesota sets up and a check by Senny. Then Crevier sends the puck down the ice. No icing is going to be called because it hit a Wild skater. Minnesota now with the puck, and the Hawks now have control. It's Hawks sends the puck up with Zaitsev. Zaitsev to Johnson. Johnson tried to feed Radish. Radish can't get there. Minnesota now has control. Radish now has a loose puck. Radish to Johnson. Johnson with a shot, and it's saved by Gustafsson. Another shot by Radish that goes wide. Gutman now sends the puck around the ice, and Tyler Johnson sends the puck over, and no one was there. Minnesota comes out with it. Good defensive stick there by Kevin Korchinski. Now it's Nikita Zaitsev. Zaitsev sends the puck down the ice, and that's going to be an icing. Woo! Little rusty, I feel. I don't know. Of course, I don't know all them Wild players, so I'm just going to say Minnesota when they have the puck, if that's okay with you. Because right now, I'm not 100% sure on a lot of their prospects. And it's being a preseason game, it's worth kind of being more on the side where, let's just say they're the team who has the puck right now. Minnesota has control. But when it comes to the Hawks players, I know the players on the ice, I will say their name. Minnesota with a shot, and it gets blocked by Zaitsev. What's the deal with Bedard not playing? Because the Hawks are trying to figure out more that final roster spot decision, and Bedard played the other night. A lot of the players in this lineup tonight did not even get in the lineup the other night, so they're playing this lineup. Probably Bedard. I would think Bedard plays tomorrow against Detroit, but we'll see. That's why Bedard's not playing tonight. Nolan Allen making a good check. Kachuk with the puck. Oh my God. Almost throws it in to the net of Soderblom. No problem, Robert. If you're just coming into the stream, goal scored by number 58, Mackenzie Entwistle. About a minute and 6 seconds into play, Entwistle goes into the offensive zone and beats Gustafsson glove side. At 15:18 remaining, Hawks lead 1-0. At the faceoff dot, it was Entwistle getting tossed, and now Kachuk going into the dot. Kachuk versus Minnesota. Minnesota wins that cleanly back, and they shot it off. That went wide. Hawks trying to get to the puck was Joey Anderson. Now it's Isaac Phillips with the puck in the defensive zone. Sends the puck up the ice. Mackenzie Entwistle going up into the offensive zone. Feeds it to Kachuk, and he can't. He has brick hands. The puck comes off his stick immediately. Oh, big hit by Nolan Allen. Allen feeds it to Kachuk. Kachuk turns the puck over. Now it's Paul Ludwinski. Ludwinski to Anderson. Anderson shoots the puck, goes wide. Hawks now with his Nolan Allen. Allen sends the puck up the ice, and Kachuk has to play defense. Phillips sends the puck into the offensive zone. Minnesota now tries to clear. Colton Dock and Sammy Savoy's now out there with with Ludwinski. Doc with the puck. Doc sends the puck over to Savoy. Savoy looking up the ice across over to Demastro. Demastro cutting through. Looks to Crevier with a shot that goes wide. Now it's Savoy. Sammy looks back for Ludwinski. Ludwinski to Doc. Doc getting checked, but he breaks the check off of Lamberts. And Doc goes around the net, and it's saved by Gustafson. 1-0 with 13:51 remaining in the first period for your Chicago Blackhawks. Of course, I'm a little rusty right now. I'm still trying to get into the feel of things. It is preseason for myself as well, guys. I hope you're enjoying my play-by-play. And if you're new to the channel, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. We're still growing this channel. I know we're over 1,000 subscribers. It will always be great to keep growing. I love you guys coming to the stream. It's awesome for you guys to just hop in a preseason stream with me to just do this type of game action. Thoughts on Chris Foster's? I feel like he's going to improve, but of course, Pat Foley's will forever be the voice of the Chicago Blackhawks. All right, here we go again. Puck drop should be in the offensive zone for the Hawks. Hey, what's up? Good seeing you in the chat. Yeah. All right, Hawks in the offensive zone for the face-off. I can't tell who's taking the draw right now. I only can see a part of his number. Okay, Hawks won the face-off. It's Delmastro with the shot. It was Cini at the dot. It's now Crevier trying to get there, but Minnesota clears the puck. Minnesota gets back there, but Delmastro is in the defensive zone for that loose puck. Delmastro sends it up, and the Hawks now try a clearing attempt. It's now Cini. Cini sends the puck down the ice, and it gets deflected back into the defensive zone. Louis Crevier over to Delmastro. Delmastro settling things down, looking for an outlet, and he goes up. It's Korchinski, my bad, not Delmastro. Yeah, I know. Now, how do you like when I say my type when they score on my end? Okay, Cole Gutman gets tossed, and now it's Tyler Johnson at the dot, winning the faceoff back to Korchinski. Korchinski tries to send the puck up to Radish. It's now Zaitsev. Zaitsev sends the puck around the ice. Gutman tried getting there. Minnesota now has it and clears the puck out of their defensive zone. Minnesota on a rush here. And looking for a breakout, and a big save by Soderblom. Voster, same script every time. Duhaime sets up DeMar and Soderblom with a massive save. Hawks now try to clear. It's Gutman trying to get there. Minnesota has the puck. Shots on goal are 3-2 Chicago. With 12:42 remaining, Hawks lead 1-0. Minnesota settling things down. Tyler Johnson tried to get back to the puck in that defensive zone. Minnesota sets up an outlet and a big, nice blocker save by Soderblom. Minnesota sets up, looking for an opportunity, and they shoot backhand. Korchinski sends it to Radish. Radish going to Korchinski. Korchinski looking for Radish, and it goes wide. Kachuk now with the puck. Feeds it to Allen. Allen sends the puck to Radish. Radish tries to set up the outlet. And wow, the Cubs are winning 5-0 over in Milwaukee. I just saw this score pop up on the screen. Hawks now with the puck. It's a trip should be called. No, and Hawks head to the power play. Yeah, I can't wait for that. I will be going to that game as well. Yeah, Ryan, it would not surprise me the way they've been playing. Because David Ross just looks like a man that knows his job is up after tomorrow. All right, Hawks to the power play. A tripping call was made. Cini at the dot. So we aren't going to... I wonder if we see more puck movement than we did the other night. Demastro, Kachuk, Cini, Entwistle, and Doc out on the power play right now. Demastro sends it up to Kachuk. Kachuk gets it to Cini. Cini getting checked. Look, and Minnesota trying to battle for that puck. Hawks regain control. Demastro looks for Doc. Doc with the shot that goes wide. Now it's Kachuk. Kachuk sends the puck and Minnesota clears. Soderblom settles things down behind the net. Now it's Demastro with it, taking the puck up the rush. Demastro sends the puck up. Cini to Kachuk. Kachuk feeds it back to Cini. Cini getting checked off by Doc, and now it's a shot by Demastro and a tip in by Entwistle that nearly went in, and Minnesota's Gustafson made a good save. Hawks still on the power play with a minute remaining. Minnesota has control. They are looking for a clear. That goes right onto the pads of Soderblom. Now it's Gutman out there. Gutman, Korchinski, Tyler Johnson currently. Korchinski back pass to Gutman. Gutman going up the rush. Feeds it to Savoy. Savoy settling things down. Feeds it across to Radish. Radish to Gutman. Gutman fires, and it was blocked. Gutman again. Gutman gets the puck over to Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson turns over the puck. Korchinski trying to get back there for the defensive play, and it's saved by Soderblom. All Hawks are back in the defensive zone. Now it's Radish. Radish taking the puck up the ice, going in through the neutral zone, feeds it over to Savoy. Savoy looking, cutting through behind the net, looking up the ice. Now with it is over to Korchinski. Korchinski to Tyler Johnson to Savoy with a shot, and it's saved by Gustafson. Now it's Gutman. Gutman loses control, and Minnesota clears, and that will be it for the power play. Nolan Allen with the puck. Allen with a good movement in the defensive zone, clearing the puck up the ice. 2-on-1 is the Hawks. Nolan Allen can't get there in time. Hope Bedard plays in St. Louis. That should be the complete roster for opening night. Yeah, I kind of would expect that to be the opening night roster to play in St. Louis. Yeah, Ryan, you're right. You are right. I honestly can see the Cubs somehow finding a way to blow their lead. All right. Paul Lewinsky getting checked. Nolan Allen with the puck in the defensive zone. Minnesota tries to play a little fancy, and it costs them. Hawks clear the puck down the ice, and that's another icing. For a preseason, how am I doing with the play-by-play for not knowing all the roster members well for their numbers right now? Because I feel like I'm doing pretty solid. Yes, I'm not sure with the Minnesota players. That's why I'm not saying any other names other than like Gustafsson. That's their starting goalie. Okay, Reese Johnson at the dot. Wins the faceoff back cleanly was Johnson. Johnson gets the puck back on the boards where it was Nolan Allen. Allen trying to get to that puck back. Minnesota sets up in their offensive zone attack. Minnesota with it, looking on the blue line with for a shot and a head save by Soderblom. Hawks tried to get the puck out and cleared. Now it's Isaac Phillips. Phillips sends the puck over, and the Hawks now are on an attack. And that should be a line change coming. Yes, it is. Bjork is getting to that puck, and that is cleared down the ice and a save by Soderblom. Thanks, guys. All right, it's in a commercial break. Hawks lead 1-0. Oh, I guess no commercial break. That was a screw up by the Minnesota broadcasters. Here we go. End whistle at the dot. Loses the faceoff. Minnesota sets up in their offensive zone attack. Looking. And a save by Soderblom. Joey Anderson couldn't get to the puck. And Minnesota continues to attack. Hawks are kind of caught on their heels a little bit here with 8:08 remaining in regulation time. Minnesota getting checked, and then they whip a shot and a goal off a tip in up front of the net. It's tied 1-1. Tanner or O'Rourke, and it's tied 1 apiece. Yeah, that went actually 5-hole. It wasn't even a tip in. Soderblom couldn't see the puck. He was screened. Zaitsev sends the puck down the ice. Hawks are now in a standstill with Minnesota at 1 apiece. Shots in favor for Minnesota, 7-5. Hawks clearing the puck, can't get it out of the zone. Minnesota cutting through, and a big blocker save by Soderblom. Nice glover by Soderblom there, and we head to a commercial break. At 7:26 remaining in the first period. Where are my seats at? I haven't bought tickets yet for the game on the 7th. Just because for preseason games, it's easy to get tickets, and I could easily probably get tickets for cheap for that final preseason game if I waited on day of the game. So I'm planning to get my tickets the day of the game for cheaper. St. Louis has their tickets way overpriced for a preseason game right now. Because if I look at Game Time or SeatGeek, tickets were ranging. Let me check. They weren't the best price. Yeah, I would rather wait because that's still kind of crazy to get a preseason ticket for that much. I don't for just because preseason should not be too terrible. Radish now with the puck over to Tyler Johnson. Johnson feeds it to Radish. Radish can't get there. Minnesota on the attack, looking for an opportunity. A big hit by Nolan Allen. Puck is on a scrum. Hawks try to come up with it. Minnesota gets it, and they set up offensively. Allen looking to get to that puck. It's now Isaac Phillips. Phillips getting checked, and Allen now with it. Allen settles things down in the defensive zone for the breakout pass. Looking for an outlet is Allen. Allen holds on and goes to Isaac Phillips. Phillips now with it gets Pope checked, and Phillips back with it in center ice. Sends it down the ice. Minnesota deflects it and keeps it at center ice. Brett Sini sends the puck down the ice. Hawks that tried to break out and can't. Now it's Phillips in the defensive zone. No, it's Louis Crevier. Too many defensemen wearing a number 4 with a digit within the 40s. Usually I buy my tickets off of Game Time. Ethan Del Mastro has the puck. But for when I go to the games in the United Center, I buy them ahead of time now because I have season tickets. Oh, nice save by Soderblom. Puck is loose up front of him. Minnesota trying to come up with it. It's Ethan Del Mastro sending it to Reese Johnson. Reese Johnson can't get out of the zone. Hawks haven't had a shot here in the last 6 minutes of play. They're in the defensive zone. It's shots on goal, 5-11 in favor for Minnesota. Reese McKenzie and Whistle sending the puck up and trying to feed Joey Anderson. Anderson can't get there. Hawks now have it. It's Zaitsev. Feeds it up the ice for Kachuk, back to Zaitsev. Zaitsev to Entwistle. Entwistle, the goal scorer for the Blackhawks. And now Boris Kachuk in a board battle with Joey Anderson in there as well. Minnesota now on the attack going down the ice. Korchinski with a little bit of a poke check to lead to the Hawks setting back up defensively. Minnesota and Korchinski on the rush, going up the ice, setting up Entwistle to Korchinski. And Korchinski up front of the net nearly gets it in. Korchinski trying to battle, and Minnesota makes a save. Was Gustafson. So it's still 1-1 with 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the first period. Cubs lead 6-2 right now in the first inning still. This has been a long period of play if I think about it. A lot of action just back. Minnesota's been pressing I would say the last 8 minutes of play, and it's led to them scoring. The Hawks scored it within a minute and 6 seconds into the play. Minnesota's been on the press the last 6.5 to 8 minutes of play. Hawks in the offensive zone, though. For ozone face-off after this little bit of a commercial break. Stop showing Kalen Addison. I don't care. All right, Ludwinski at the dot. Ludwinski loses the faceoff. Addison gets to it. Ludwinski trying to get there. Ludwinski now with it. Ludwinski for Savoy. Savoy getting checked off the puck. And a board battle now. Doc try getting to that loose puck, and Minnesota comes up with it. Minnesota clears the puck into the Hawks defensive zone, and Soderblom makes a big save. Hawks try to settle things down. Isaac Phillips out there with Nolan Allen on the defense. Hawks send the puck up is Sammy Savoy. Savoy over to Allen. Allen getting checked, and the Wild send it up the ice. Minnesota on the attack, and Savoy is with a good defensive stick there. Allen now with it. Allen in the defensive zone with a turnover, but it got to a stick of Doc. Doc cleared it up, and Minnesota setting up in their defensive zone, looking up the ice and sets up. Looking on a rush, looking across the ice, and a save by Soderblom. Guys, I will say this. I'm not 100% sure if I will be live the entirety of the game, just because it is preseason, and I already am straining my voice. I can feel it. So we'll see how it goes after this period's over, and if I want to go into the second and third, I'll figure it out there. If you are okay with that. Shots on goal, 8-12 in favor for Minnesota. It's a 1-1 game with 3:14 remaining in the first period. Oh, no, loose puck. And Soderblom didn't track it well. Hawks now with the puck, trying to clear it down. Tyler Johnson falling on his stomach. Hawks now with his Gutman. Gutman has guts to get to the puck in the defensive zone. Now it's DeMastro. DeMastro sends the puck up to Gutman. Gutman to Radish. Radish sets in the neutral zone. Radish over to Gutman. Gutman going in. Gutman going up the gut to Tyler Johnson, and he couldn't get to the puck cleanly. Zaitsev to Korchinski. Korchinski sends it up the ice to Kachuk. Kachuk loses it to Radish. Radish can't get a good pass off, and now the Hawks in the defensive zone again are with Soderblom playing the puck. Soderblom sends the puck up the ice. Hawks now are trying to break out of the defensive zone. Minnesota keeping the press on. Looking for an opportunity is Minnesota. And a nice block there. Hawks now with it. Hawks clear into the neutral zone. And now is Bjork. Bjork can't get to it. Minnesota clears. Minnesota sets up, and Hawks has settled things down in the defensive zone. It's Korchinski. Korchinski tried to set up a pass to Bjork, and he just fumbled a pass right into the slot for Minnesota. Minnesota settling things down in their offensive zone attack. Soderblom can't get to it, and a goal by Minnesota as there was a terrible turnover that led to this offensive zone attack from Andres Bjork. It's 2-1 Minnesota. That I would say kind of is costly from Korchinski. Korchinski had a rough turnover there. He's been on the ice for both the goals against Minnesota's just pressing the Hawks. Oh, okay. And whistle with a hit. Hawks now with it. Kachuk just plays a stupid pass back when he could have just skated it. That's why I don't think Kachuk makes the roster. I think I will say this. I predict Kachuk to get put on waivers for intention to send down to Rockford. Glove save by Soderblom. Minnesota starts their press again. Hawks really are just trying to just get to the second period within one. Shots on goal 16-8 in favor for Minnesota. Nice hit by Entwistle. Oh, yeah, I know what you're saying. And that's not a hot take. The preseason games do matter. It mainly matters for development and see where a player is at ready for regular season hockey. But the games are usually not as highly respected because they aren't the greatest games on ice. Because you're seeing a lot of rust getting broken loose to try and figure out play. But guys, my throat is already strained. I've been streaming for an hour. I will test if I will see how the lineup looks for tomorrow and see to go live then. I'm probably going to cut off the stream here in this first intermission. It was a lot of fun. I really appreciated you guys coming in. I will have a short review coming out after the game. I will film a short and post that to YouTube right after the game. But I want to say thank you to all of you who've come to the live stream tonight. I really appreciated it. And thank you again. Thank you for watching the broadcast. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And most of all, let's go Hawks. Who I think gets sent down? ELC gets sent down. Doc, Allen, Del Mastro, Ludwinski. Those are players I know for sure will probably get sent down to Rockford. All right. Thank you guys, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the game and have a good night, and see you in my short after this for the recap.